The Sony 200-600 G OSS is an amazing lens, but to make it fully complete, we need to get some accessories for it. So in this video, I'm sharing 3 of my favorite accessories for the lens that will make those days in the forest a whole lot better. So grab some snacks or something to drink and let's get into it. So one of the first accessories is something I already owned before I got the 200-600 lens. And that's the Peak Design slide camera strap. I don't know really why it exists like regular camera straps, because this is something that it's really worth getting. When you're carrying your camera around, and especially with a large length like this, you don't want to have like the camera strap around your neck like this, because that will probably hurt your neck and your back in the long run. And what's really good about the Peak Design slide camera strap is that it's really easy to remove, and you simply attach these anchors to your camera or your lens. You can simply just mount and unmount the strap from the anchors, and it's a really fast way to carry around the lens. And when you're at your spot and you want to place the lens on a tripod, you simply just remove the camera strap. And one of the things that makes this camera strap as good as it actually is that you can easily just change the length of the strap with these this kind of thing here. I don't know what it's called, but it's super easy, and you can just make it longer or shorter and just simply lock it like that. Peak Design is really good at making great like design features, and it doesn't feel cheap. It's definitely a premium brand. Well, you pay a lot of money to get this kind of strap, but in my opinion, it's been worth every penny of it. Such a good strap. I can highly recommend it. So let's go to accessory number 2 I want to talk about. And that's something I actually really recently bought. And what I'm talking about is this iShoot tripod foot for the 200-600. It works the same way as the regular tripod foot you get with the lens, but it has an Arca Swiss compatible mounting system. So you don't need to mount that extra plate on the Sony's foot. Like me, I have 2 lenses and I will have 1 plate, so I need to carry like a key with me every time, unscrew and change and stuff, and that is a pain. But something I immediately discovered with this iShoot foot is that the knob here, if you would accidentally like loosen the knob, it's really easy to accidentally press this kind of trigger here, which acts as the safety trigger thing, just as the Sony one. But on the Sony, you have to kind of push it inwards like this and not like this. If you carry around the lens and you accidentally pull the trigger, it can potentially loosen. I guess you just have to make sure to really tighten this up, and from time to time just check it if it's sitting tight, and you won't have a problem with it. But it's so worth to not carry around that tripod plate, which I'm not a fan of. And at one time I accidentally dropped a lens like that, with my whole lens and camera just fell into the ground. I had the anchors here attached to the extra plate, and with only 1 screw in. This screw had over time loosened up, and I walked and dropped the lens into the floor, and the lens cracked. But so I think this lens now is complete. There's one thing more that we need to do to this lens to make it fully wildlife compatible. And of course, I'm talking about the camouflage lens cover. So the mounting of the lens cover is pretty straightforward, but it is a bit tight and a bit tricky to get right at first. And some parts you need to match with the design of the lens, as the focal lengths here, for example. But it's pretty satisfying, to be honest. And it's like dressing up for dinner or something. I kind of like it. Nice. So this lens cover is from Roland Pro. I have a link to everything down in the description. The lens cover is pretty expensive, but you can really feel that the material they've chosen is by good quality, and I feel like having a lens cover like this is definitely worth it. Personally, I bought this because it protects the lens from scratches and stuff when you put it down on the forest floor, and it's much more comfortable to hold as well. It doesn't get cold in winter, and it acts like a rain and snow cover as well. It feels good to have some kind of protection on it. So this cover comes in different colors and textures, or what do you call it? And I choose this one because I think it matches the environments I'm mostly at. Sitting very tight to the lens, so it's quite tricky to get it on right sometimes. But I don't really remove this. I usually have it on like at all times. But if you feel like you don't want to spend the money on something like this, but you want to camouflage yourself, I have a little bonus thing for this video that I want to show, that I have showed in another video. And this doesn't apply to this lens only. It applies to like every lens and every camera and wildlife setup you have. I'm gonna show you. And what I'm talking about is the 3D Camel sleeve for the lens and the tripod legs from Tragopan. The lens sleeve comes with a hole for your tripod foot, and you simply tighten it around the lens hood to fit it like this. However, I've lost the lens sleeve somewhere, so I'm gonna use one of the legs from the Camel pants for demonstrational purposes in this video. And if you're not happy with only a lens sleeve, I can highly recommend the sleeve for the tripod legs as well. And the setup is really quick and simple for this whole set. And as it's a 3D camo, it takes away the harsh and sharp edges from the lens and the tripod. And the lens sleeve retails at 15 euros and the tripod legs goes for 19 euros. So you get this whole set for the price of 7 Starbucks coffees to go, which is ridiculously expensive. But where am I? Okay, I need to get some coffee. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!